Well, hello and welcome to the Boxing Arena in Herning in the heart of Denmark. Day 5 in the Women's Handball World Championships. 3 games in Group A today. Later on, Denmark take on Hungary. That should be an interesting game. Second match of the day, Serbia versus Japan. But coming up right now, it's Montenegro who take on Tunisia. First team out are Montenegro. 2 wins and a draw so far. They drew on the opening day against Serbia. They then laboured a 29-23 win against Japan in the second game. But then yesterday, they came to life, and they really did at Hungary's expense. They destroyed the Hungarians 32-15 and must be flying high right now. The defence was phenomenal. Their attack could do no wrong. Everyone was on song, and if they can maintain that rhythm now, Tunisia are going to be in for a torrid time. Well, the fans have been happy. They were cheering all the way through yesterday's game. Here come the opponents for the day. Tunisia, without a point so far in the competition. Defeat on the opening day, 20-39 to Hungary. They then lost 20-32 to the host Denmark. And then yesterday, in probably the match they had the best chance in, they still lost by 10 goals, 21-31 to Japan. And so they sit anchored to the bottom of Table A now, and their hopes of going through to the knockout phase, of course, evaporated with that. But of course, it's all about the honour here and putting in the best possible performance. Mathematically, of course, they could still go through, but they will have their work cut out, as we see Nesrin Hamza at the head of the line. So the last of the Tunisians coming in, these two teams who've met just once in a friendly in 2011, Montenegro winning 37-19 in the Paris tournament. So they are now going to introduce the Montenegrin team to the audience in the arena here, who demolished the Hungarians yesterday. The defence spectacularly good. They have so many options in attack with the right winger Radicevic, 20 goals so far, 77% success rate. Left back Jovanovic with 12. Left winger Mimirovic has got 11, a 73% success rate. And of course, we've got Bulatovic, the top scorer for the team, with 22 goals and a 67% success rate. Experienced line player Lazovic, who was an injury down pre-tournament, still isn't firing on all cylinders though. There she is in the picture. Goalkeeper Yaktarovic, also recently recovered from an injury. That's Bulatovic, who could be key here today and could have a bit of a field day. But Yaktarovic, the goalkeeper, who is coming back from injury and now well into her game. And she's the best-ranked goalkeeper in Group A with a 43% save rate, which is pretty good. So that's the team. There is the line-up with the second from the left, Dragan Adzic, the coach who also coaches Budućnost. In fact, 9 of the team come from Budućnost, the champions of Montenegro, and indeed, of course, the Champions League title holders at the moment. So now it's time to introduce the Tunisian team, who've struggled a little when Cheba is marked out of the game. The French-based playmaker is their top scorer with 18. But line player Gelezi has also been impressive with 15 goals so far. Left back Jouini has some good spells, but she lacks consistency, which has also been the problem for Tumi, their most experienced player and top scorer in the last World Championship. She scored just 4 from 10 in the competition, which isn't going to get them very far, I'm afraid. In goal, well, we saw Hamza at the head of the line. She's only played just under 24 minutes in the game so far. In the tournament so far, the goalkeeper they're using the most, Eshraf Abdallah, number 12, who's on a respectable 28% save rate, 34 saves from 121 shots in the competition, including a penalty, and she's done about 2.5 hours of the work, so she's doing the heavy lifting for them. Ben Slama, the third of the keepers in the lineup for Tunisia. Both teams, in fact, have 3 goalkeepers. That's Kuki, 27-year-old who plays for Negrin, player, and there's the goalkeeper, as mentioned, Ben Slama, who plays for Dijon in France, but has had very little court time, in fact, just a couple of penalties. So there is the Tunisian lineup. Second from the right is the coach, Mohamed Riyad Sana, who took over since the last World Championships from Paulo de Moura, and in fact he's only retained 6 of the players from that World Championship team of 2 years ago, as he rebuilds the team in his own style. So So the referees today from Argentina, Sebastian Lenzi and Julian Grillo. Now they'll go through all the table lineup as the Montenegrin fans send off their last messages before sitting down to enjoy what should be, on the face of it, a win for Montenegro by a comfortable margin. But you've always got to watch out sometimes if you come into a game just a little bit too assured that you don't quite get into your rhythm. Although I suspect Montenegro will. Anthems first, Montenegro. So now it's the anthem of Tunisia. Big cheer from the Tunisians there as they ready themselves for what should be a tough encounter against a Montenegro side who have defended superbly well, very tough. Talking to the assistant coach earlier, he was saying, well, we'll just hope for the best. We're going to have to try and play it fast, get in behind them, but it's never going to be easy. Well, he's absolutely right about that. Montenegro's defence gave Hungary no chance yesterday. This is how the group stand at the moment, and Denmark with maximum points at the top, Montenegro right behind them on 5 points, with Hungary demolished yesterday but still in third place on 4 points, and at the bottom you can see Tunisia still without a point. So let's look at the teams then for Montenegro. Well, first choice wingers Memirovic and Radicevic are on great form. In fact, Radicevic is their only right wing, and at the back, of course, Bulatovic, Rajcevic and Jovanovic have been proving extremely efficient, while Barjaktarovic is just getting stronger and stronger in goal. So Dragan Adzic, the coach, in high spirits. For Tunisia, well, much will depend on Cheba again, but she may struggle against the tough Montenegro defence. So right back Safar and left backs Tumi and Kuil, they will need to step up today, while line player Jelizi will also have a real battle on her hands on the line. So Mohamed Riyad Sana in charge of the Tunisian team for the first time at a major competition, and this will be an interesting challenge. Mind you, he's already been up against Denmark with 12,500 spectators in this arena. See how that pans out. So as the teams get ready to go on court, my name is Paul Bray. Thanks very much for joining us today as we see the teams prepare. Majda Memirovic, 11 goals in the competition, 73% success rate, one of the Budućnost players on the left wing. And Muna Cheba plays for Nîmes in the French league, where she scored 49 goals this year. The 33-year-old who scored, in fact, for her country, 963 goals in 225 appearances. Let's hope she can find her way through. Brief look there at Hamrouni, winger, who was very good yesterday. And then Sana, inexplicably, took her off against Japan. And she was the one who was getting in behind the defence. That's Kuildi, who's had a real lacklustre World Championship so far. Plays for Monde in Norway. 2 goals from 11. For Montenegro, well, they're still feeling the effects of yesterday's rather uplifting performance against Hungary. And it's smiles all round.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referees are ready to start the match. Please enjoy.
So here we go then. Tunisia in the white shirts and red shorts throw off this Group A match, playing from right to left. Montenegro today in the all-red strip. The usual cordial greetings out of the way. The handshake's done and the pace can get on now on the attack. So Cheba in the centre, Kuildi, who's been misfiring at the back for number 24. Well, that's exactly what they need from her, to take some of the pressure off Cheba. And Kuildi gets her 3rd goal of the competition, her first here today, 77 kilometres an hour. She's 1.83 m, she's got good height. And she leaves Barjaktarovic standing still in goal. Well, it may be that there's a lot of confidence in the Montenegro side here, but they've still lined up with their strongest team here at the beginning. Talking to the staff before the game, they were saying, well, with a bit of luck, we can turn the bench here today a little bit more than we have done so far. No one going up to Bulatovic, and she will never miss an opportunity to help herself, the 31-year-old from Budućnost. Right down in the corner, 1-1. So for now, both teams defending fairly flat. Quick word by Julio Grillo, the Argentine referee, to Cheba, but also to Gelesi on the line. I think more so maybe to the defenders around her. Gelesi drops out, comes back in again. Kuildi. Well, feeling a bit confident after the first goal, but that's a comfortable save for Barjaktarovic. And the long pass up caught to Mamidovic just beyond her. And so they can come back again. Slow build-up by Tunisia. They're probably in no great hurry to launch into too many attacks, because they probably realise that there's a lot still coming their way in this match. Passive play against them as they put in a second line player, Dardur. The back player's gone in. They take a long-range shot, very speculative. Not a huge problem for Barjaktarovic. Away come Montenegro. Jovanovic passes it down the middle to Rajcevic, and the goalkeeper Abdallah can only deflect it into her own goal. Two-1 the scoreline, coming up to 3 minutes played here in Herning. 4 groups of 6 in this World Championships. Only the top 4 teams in each group go through to the knockout phase. At the moment, Tunisia looking unlikely to make it through. Cheba hits the corner, but we got a yellow card for Bulatovic. She seems a little underwhelmed by the lecture from Sebastian Lenzi, the referee. It's a free throw though, and Tunisia will keep possession. This time Cheba does find a way through, the 33-year-old playmaker. He's playing a 5th World Championship. 87 kilometers an hour, very quick arm. Little hand off Bulatovic. The defense does move up this time. Kuildi gets in the way. That's better defending, but the problem with going out deep, of course, is it leaves space behind. And Mamidovic, who came around from the wing, has earned a penalty. Adzic happy with that. Bulatovic will take it. And scores effortlessly. Her second of the game. Quick throw off taken by Tunisia as they come streaming back. Tunisia qualified as African champions, finishing ahead of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Angola, also in action at this tournament in other groups. Montenegro, they went through a qualifier. They were against Iceland in the playoff. They won comfortably, 47-38 on aggregate over the two legs. Cheba again tries the shot, this time it's blocked. Put out, Jovanovic, across court, Radicevic, and it's saved by Abdallah, goes out to the side, Mimirovic quickly gives it back to her again, and the second attempt, Radicevic makes no mistake and scores her first of the game. Radicevic, who's the fifth top scorer in the competition so far with 20 goals, 4-2, we're past the 5-minute mark in the first half. So Hamrouni playing out on the right wing, taking a bit of a blow, it seems. The 20-year-old who plays for Club Africain played really well against Japan yesterday. Dardur, though, fumbling the ball away there. Not had a lot of play time, Dardur. Just 16 minutes so far. Kouildi. Well, she's found her range. She's scored more in the 6 minutes of this match than she has in the opening 3 matches. Barjaktarovic somewhat pensive at the other end. So 6-0 defence by Tunisia, but they are pushing up the number 2 defenders on each side against the strong backline of Montenegro, but there's always the danger that Ramusovic is waiting at the line behind, or that the wingers are coming in as well. They came off the wall. Still in play with Montenegro. There's some holding going on, and it's yellow card for Dardur. 19-year-old, another one of the Club Africain players. Nice hard shot by Jovanovic, couldn't quite frame it though. Jovanovic, who plays for Ici Paris in the French league, 10th top scorer with 46 goals. Well, Kouildi, well and truly showing that she is present here today. There's no doubt that she's a proven goal scorer, because she's got 250 goals to her account in 113 games for Tunisia. Plays for Monde in the Norwegian First Division. She scored 39 this season, but had started with just an 18% success rate in this competition. Goes wide, nothing given by the referees. For the scoreline, Cheba tries to supply Barjaktarovic. Hamrouni straight through the hands of Barjaktarovic as she went to get up. She's not too happy, and meanwhile Klikovac, the defence specialist who's just gone off, has got herself a yellow card. So 8 minutes played, and Tunisia have actually taken the lead. Three goals without reply by the Tunisians. Was it an excess of confidence, I wonder, by Montenegro, which was always a slight danger. Over the line by Radicevic, who'd come in from the wing as an extra line player. But in fact, it's not her. It may well have been the actual line player, Ramusovic. A mistake at the other end, and it's moving around. Oof, Hamrouni trawling around there. Nearly got the ball into the wing. Far corner, Mimirovic. Her first, and that levels the scoreline and brings to an end a run of 3 goals without reply. So Kouildi switches to the middle, Cheba. Cheba again dummies the shot. Kouildi, they're getting in too close, they're both going for the same gap. Hamrouni trying to go for a shot when there was no angle for it. And instead, she's bundled over. Looking for the line, but Radicevic couldn't control the ball and then strayed into the area. So a succession of technical errors on each side. See play go backwards and forwards as Klikovac gets tucked into Cheba. Klikovac, who plays for Vardar Skopje in Macedonia. So they're now staying forwards at the moment. Radicevic at the front of the defence to try and counter the crossovers, and the ball is stolen. Radicevic is away. And leaves absolutely no chance to Abdallah, and that's her second goal of the game. Breaks away, and no one near her to help. And Abdallah left to her own devices. Past the 10-minute mark then in the first half here in Herning. And it was 6-5, it's now 6-6. Nice little pass, and Chilesi did really well to hold on to that. Chilesi has had an impressive championship, 15 goals and a 65% success rate. She's only played for Tunisia 3 times before the World Championship, scoring 2 goals. One of the big discoveries of this competition. Jovanovic looking for the line. Ramusovic gets her first. He is predominantly in defence, Ramusovic, but with Lazovic not being fully fit here, she's had a little bit more time in attack this time round. It's only a second goal in the competition. So Montenegro back in front again, 7-6. Cheba has drifted to the left as Kouildi goes in the centre. Move is called. Dardur is waiting on the far side, but Radicevic responds by moving right up to 10 metres, standing in the middle. Hamrouni comes around. Cheba. Dardur. She thought that should have been a free throw, but nothing's given. Play on, say the referees. Mehmedovic looks up, and the 2 defenders then quite wisely puts the ball back. And Montenegro take their time building up. Radicevic over the top. Well, Montenegro, after yesterday's near faultless performance against Hungary, not quite getting into their game here. There was always that danger, as we said earlier, of them just dropping back down again. Excess of confidence. Just need to find their rhythm, but Tunisia doing well. They're playing at their pace, finding the gaps in the defence, which is probably a little more than the Hungarians were managing yesterday. And the long pass out by Barjak-Tarovic to Radicevic. Nice little subtle touch by her. She lobs the keeper, and it's her 3rd goal of the game. She, like Klikovac and indeed Gribic in the Montenegrin team, all play for Vardar Skopje. 8-6 to Montenegro, 13 minutes played in the game. Kouildi, well, talk about turning your fortunes around. I guess she had a point to make after only scoring 2 from 11 in the run-up to this game. One of the more experienced players here at the 3rd World Championship. And Tunisia back within 1 goal. Bulatovic switches to the middle. Mehmedovic has now come around at the back. She'll go in on the line instead. Bulatovic, and Abdallah deflects that one comfortably. Not a great deal of power behind her shot. And the Club Africain goalkeeper in a 3rd World Championship reaches across. 14 minutes played. Chilesi trying to get free, but can't get away from Klikovac, who's on her all the time, and as a result gets herself a 2-minute suspension, and now an opportunity maybe for Tunisia to wrestle the advantage back. There's the incident again. Jalezi find a little bit more room on the line now, although she immediately gets the attention of Rajcevic. Quildi into the wing. Hamrouni, the ball took too long coming through. That looked like an attacking foul as Jalezi turns into Rajcevic. He gets a lecture from Sebastian Lenthi, one of the referees. There's Klikovac clicking her heels on the bench at the moment. Too many steps. So Montenegro have the ball back and still not quite managing to assert their control on the game, and for now they're short-handed, so Barjaktarovic takes plenty of time retrieving the ball from behind. And so Ramusovic comes off. They're playing without a line player while they're short-handed. And Jovanovic has moved into the middle. Mamidovic is at left back while Rajcevic has swapped with her. They'll come back again. Here we go. That's fine. That runs the clock down. Just under a minute now before they're back to full strength again. Radicevic is now doubling up as a line player. Just have no one in on the right wing. Oh, big gap. Complete misunderstanding in the Tunisian defence. Adžić absolutely delighted. And Maria Jovanovic, who plays for Ici Paris in the French league, helps herself to one of the easier goals in the game so far. 9-7 Montenegro, despite being short-handed. Oh, and again, they've done that twice, and the same move, and each time it's been Radicevic who's helped herself to the fast break. Luckily for Tunisia, Abdallah spares their blushes by making a fine save, but too many steps now by Cheba, and the ball goes back, and this time Montenegro will bring it up nice and slowly, so they'll be back to full strength at the other end. So Ramusovic ambles on, number 66, 19 years of age, played in the European Championships last year, where they finished fourth. Their only major competition. Ramusovic couldn't quite get away from a marker, more trying to clear the way for Bulatovic. A little bit untidy by Montenegro at the moment. Bulatovic in the end decides to take matters into her own hands and gets her third. On this occasion though, Adžić not looking entirely impressed. Biggest lead yet though, 10-7. And players stumbled. And Rajcevic gets a yellow card. So he's saying, what on earth for? Well, maybe a little bit too much play acting for the likes of the referee, although you could say that Jalezi definitely just barged straight into her. Quildi, Cheba loitering. Decent angle on the wing, with no way through, I'm afraid, for Buteina Anice, 25-year-old who plays for Miglin. So back come Montenegro, who slowly but surely opening up a little bit more of a cushion here against Tunisia. And that is Jokovic, 18-year-old, new big star of Montenegrin handball, preparing to come on. Played in the Under-19 World Championships last summer. She was a top scorer with 71 goals. Crossover didn't quite work out. Good play. And that all came from Mamidovic. Picked up the loose ball and somehow got it into Radicevic. She was under a lot of pressure, but thought quickly. 11-7. 3 goals without reply now from Montenegro. Quildi. And that's gone in. Umayma Dardur, her first of the tournament. South African right back, playing her first major competition for Tunisia. So on the far side, Jukovic, we just spoke about, with his 71 goals in the Under-19 World Championships. She scored 20 of 26 against Germany in one match, and then 15 each against Norway and Spain. Phenomenal goal-scoring machine. Oh, went straight through. Didn't quite get the shot going there, Jovanovic, and it's a comfortable save for Abdallah, and Hamrouni helps herself at the other end. It all started, though, with Abdallah. Second goal of the game for Hamrouni. Sana looks on impassively. So the 4-goal lead pulled back again slowly here by Tunisia. Jukovic teeing up here. Everyone pushed out to mark her. She got the ball into Ramusovic, but she puts it straight into Abdallah. She won't be unduly concerned. It all counts as a save. Attacking foul. It's number 14, Muna Gilesi. And again, another save by Abdallah, but I think she took it in the face and was still dazed when Radicevic got the follow-up. She's gone down, the 28-year-old. Mehmedovic put it straight in her face. I mean, poor keeper. No idea where she was after that one. And before she realised what had happened, Radicevic had helped herself. So 20 minutes played, and Montenegro leading 12-9. Abdallah, who's on the ground, they won't want to lose her. 6 saves from 18, a 33% save, extremely respectable. She's going to stay on, but still feeling the effects as Mehmedovic looks on from afar. Play did the damage. Occupational hazard, I'm afraid, for a goalkeeper. You're bound to get the odd shot in the face. It's the old test, they say, when you start playing as a kid, everyone wants to be the goalkeeper until you get a ball in the face, and it's the ones that say, well, I don't mind, I'll stay on. They're the ones you hang on to. Trying to find a way around. Cheba, the wing, staying maybe a little too deep and a little too absent. Amice's got to come out a little bit more. At this point, she hasn't got the angle anymore. She should start running just a little bit earlier, because then it will give Cheba the chance to let the ball out and try and switch play back the other way. So Rakia Rezgi has replaced Gilesi on the line. 39 internationals, 62 goals for the number 15. She comes out, tries to drop back in. They've got 2 on the line now. Kuildi is there as well. Oh, not given. It's going to be a penalty. I don't think they realise it. He's pointing to the 7-metre line. Let's have a quick look. Says you were inside the area. She put her hand down well inside before the ball left her hand, but was being fouled from behind, yes. But it's going to be a penalty. And so Cheba trots down from the other end as Jovanovic heads off for a 2-minute suspension for that shove in the back. So Marija Karadžić stays concentrated as the Nîmes-based playmaker steps up. No problem for Cheba. Scores her 2nd goal of the game. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And so Tunisia back to within 2. Every time you think Montenegro have got the measure here and open up a 4-goal lead, the Tunisians hit back. Jukovic still not able to get herself into a shooting position in the game. Playing at the centre now. Even better if she can grab the ball. Quick switch. Hand off to Bulatovic. She does, though. Goal number 4 for Bulatovic. 2nd top scorer in the competition, behind Kudłacz of Poland. 81 kilometers an hour, that goal. 13-10 to Montenegro then, in the 23rd minute of this Group A match. Big angle for the wing shot. Oh! Well, it's just not going Amice's way. Still hasn't scored in the competition. It's a huge angle for the shot as well. Barjaktarovic with 4 saves so far, 29% save rate. Looking to the line, help from behind. And Radicevic, thinking maybe she could have got more, but she was never in control of the ball. If anything, I suppose you could say Rezgi was lucky that the sanction was nothing more than a yellow card, having grabbed her from behind. Radicevic, though, not in control of the ball, so couldn't get the penalty. And Adzic, well, if he was hoping to turn the bench, not quite yet, I'm afraid, because his first team lineup just can't quite get control of the game. They are at least now back to full strength again, and back on comes Ramusovic. Oh, that's more like it. Georgina Jokovic looks the other way as if the pass was going to go across court and lets rip. First goal of the game for the 18-year-old. Penalty. Rezgi just managing to get a hand on the ball. And defending inside the area. So change the keeper. Hasanic will come in. Norwegian-born and indeed playing for Larvik now. Hasanic replaces Barjaktarovic to face, as ever, Munacheba from 7 metres. And Cheba scores a second penalty, her 3rd goal overall.
Third goal in the match from Tunisia, number 20, Wina Shebek.
So again, that 4-goal lead eaten away. Seems to be the limit. As soon as they get there, then the Tunisians peg back. Jokovic. Oh, she definitely has found her range now. Adzic looks on impassively, but the players behind jump to their feet. Right in the corner, 91 kilometers an hour. Quildi into the wing, there's no space there. And Cheba seems unimpressed, takes the ball and slows it right down again. Quildi, now Cheba wants to call the move. Quildi. They're just driving in and looking for the line effectively, or just a gap to shoot through. There's no cross movement at the moment. Cheba, that's more like it. She was trying to get Quildi to come around behind her, but a misunderstanding, but she's fouled anyway. So we're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. It's 15-11 to Montenegro, and another handling error gives possession back to Montenegro. Two teams have met only once in the Paris tournament, friendly event back in 2011, when Montenegro won by a country mile, 37-19. Another handling error by Quildi. The break is on. Radicevic is away. And she scores her 6th goal. Team timeout called by Tunisia. Radicevic, the Vardar Skopje player, now top scoring in the game with 6. We'll let you listen in.
شوف au niveau de l'attaque, soigner les passes, des mauvaises passes, des déchets techniques contre-attaque but. هذه حاجة ثانية. سي جامي تقصت لنا الكرة لو ريبلي ديفونسيف. شرفنا حط مرتين الكرة واحنا زوز غادي. عاود ياخذونا الكرة ياخذونا الكرة وماركيونا البونت. Donc شوية ريبلي ديفونسيف.
Nisi prolazila, mora da se javi Emi da ostanete zajedno. Nema ova tempo sad više, ona je to šutnulo što je šutnulo. A kad pređemo u 6-0 izdogovore i tranzicije, samo molim pauza pas. One samo mogu još manje se vraćaju, samo nemojte da trčimo za njima i da ovako blizu tražimo neko rešenje.
Montenegro not up to much, but Sana, for his part, well, it's down to the basics, as he said. Be careful with your passing, simple errors, giving away simple goals. You'll face 2 attacks, you're not capitalising enough, he said, and you're not falling back quick enough when you lose possession anyway. Cheba finding something to smile about, at least on the halfway line. It certainly isn't the scoreline, which is a 5-goal lead for Montenegro. So Quildi's gone into the centre, Cheba's shifted left for the time being. They've got to be more decisive. When the front defender goes out, you've got to drive in a lot quicker, really go for it, but that's not in the nature of some of the Tunisian players. Cheba, and she at least is finding a way around. Sana's happy with that, gets her 4th goal. Cheba, who played for a while in Denmark for Viborg and Esbjerg some years ago, she's well known to many of the spectators here. Pulls the gap back to 16-12. It was briefly the biggest lead yet for Montenegro. Jokovic. Oh, she's just got an absolute cannon of an arm. 3rd goal for her, and Abdallah didn't even move. Throw off is taken. Cheba tries again. Saved by the keeper, and the follow-up by Rezgi is inside the area, and back come Montenegro. Bulatovic. Comfortable drive through. Milena Rajcevic gets her 2nd, and it's a 6-goal lead for Montenegro. Abdallah looks nothing short of distraught in goal.
Single for Montenegro's number 19, Milena Rajcevic.
2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. They've taken time, but they will also be mindful of the fact that Tunisia have tended to run out of steam completely in the last 20 minutes of every match so far. With a handful of exceptions, they just lack that match fitness. A lot of them play in the league in Tunisia, but the pace at this level somewhat higher and more demanding. And for some of them, it has been a challenge, it's fair to say. Into the last 2 minutes of the game, with Montenegro leading 18-12 here in Herning. Day 5 of the World Championships, although this is the 4th round of matches. They've had 1 day off in the middle there, and that goes over the top. So Rajcevic looks across to the referee, who just stares back at Rio and says, play on. Rajcevic gets back just in time to stop Cheba and give away a free throw. Quildi. Wasn't a bad effort trying to find Rezgi on the line, but Rezgi again doesn't connect with the ball. Fumbles it and then steps inside the area. She tries to recover it. Jokovic, and that's inside the area. I think that may have been by Ramusovic stepping in on the line. So into the last minute of the first half. No fireworks here in Herning. It's just plodded along, but slowly but surely the Montenegrins asserting themselves in the game, and could put a bit more pressure on the second half. Nice save by Barija Aktarovic, her 6th of the game. And it's a 2-minute suspension for Ramusovic. Quick look and see, she's just to the left of the picture. That's the collision, but I think it was the follow-up by Ramusovic on the line player. Goes off somewhat forlorn, so they'll finish the first half and start the second short-handed. And if it's not bad enough she's been sent off, she gets an earful from Bulatovic on the bench as well. Oh, trying to pass the ball across, and they've lost it, and Mimirovic is away. And Mimirovic scores for the short-handed Montenegrin team. They're all up on the bench, and Abdallah not too impressed. Nice play as ever, Mimirovic moving the ball up quickly. Rajcevic, though, was the supplier. And there's the half-time buzzer. And so the Montenegrins doing what has to be done, nothing more at the moment. Radicevic top scoring with 6, Bulatovic is on 4 for them, and at the break it's Montenegro 19, Tunisia 12. So Kouildi, who started off very brightly, 4 goals in the first half, but she's gone off the boil as the match has gone on. She's lost her nerve, even though she had some good shooting going on, and plenty for Sana to talk through with his players as they head to the changing rooms for a 15-minute break. They don't tend to stay up long, mind you, the Tunisians. For Adzic, well, things probably going to plan nice and slowly. 59% of the Montenegrin attacks are successful against 38% of Tunisia's. They're shooting better as well, 62% to Tunisia's 53, but 14 turnovers Tunisia. And that's just proving crucial, and it's resulted in 9 fast breaks, and were it not for the fact that Montenegro only scored 6 of them, it could have been worse here at half-time. So the top scorers so far, it's Kouildi and Cheba for Tunisia with 4 apiece, but Radicevic with 6, top scoring in the game. Bulatovic has 4 herself, and then the scoring nicely spread behind them. So slow start in the running of the game, as you can see there, but the blue line at the bottom with Tunisia, you can see the gaps getting bigger and bigger as the goals start to become thinner. Only 3 in the last 10 minutes, while Montenegro got 7. And so at the break, it's a reasonably comfortable 19-12 lead for Montenegro. We'll take a break ourselves. Join us again in just a few moments for the second half. We'll see you then.
Equalizer for Tunisia, number 20, winner, Sheba. And equalizer for Tunisia, third goal for match from Montenegro leading 6 to Tunisia's 5. Second goal for match from number 4, you're right. Tunisia's number 20. First goal for Montenegro scored by Montenegro. Ladies and gentlemen, the half-time score is Montenegro the second half in 15 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, new faces and new Bank boxing. We are now at halftime break in the match between Montenegro and Tunisia. Monténégro 19, Tunisia 12. The next match will be Serbia playing Japan at 6:30, and then of course Denmark playing Hungary tonight at 20:45. If you want to buy an official merchandise, it's available in the Extra shop at the fan zone and at the main entrance. And don't forget to pay a visit to the fan zone. It's a very nice experience, a lot of competitions, a lot of good stuff to buy. And we will meet more than 12,000 people along the day today. 4 minutes and we're waiting for the second half.
Od majke sekunde.
So welcome back to the Boxing Arena in Herning, the opening match of day 5 and round 4 though in group 4 here in the arena. And yes, sometimes the easy tasks in life can be difficult, as Jovanovic is finding out, struggling to get her tracksuit bottoms on. Meanwhile on court, Rajcevic has been holding court with a few of the players around her. She seems to be very much the focus of attention. And lots of conversations going on. Adžić moving around the court as well, talking to the players in small groups. While at the other end, Tunisia, well, still a lot of smiles around on the Tunisian side, but a focused Montenegro. They want to build on what was an incredible performance against Hungary yesterday. and make sure they capitalise. Kouildi, who's going to need to be at her best again there. Last gulp before she steps on court. Started so well, Kouildi, and we know she can do it. Scored 39 goals in the Norwegian top division. There's Mamidovic heading back, 2 goals in the first half with the Budućnost winger, always a thorn in the side. So Sana. Last instructions for the team. Sana, who just brought his team to his first major competition with them. Tunisians who will be in defence to start the second half, and Abdallah will stay in goal. No surprise there. 6 goals, or 6 saves rather, in the first half. 24% save rate. So here we go then, and Montenegro leading 19-12 at the interval, throw off the second half. They are still short-handed for just a minute and 10 seconds. Ramusovic sent off late in the first half. And still the Tunisians happy to sit with a marginally deeper, but still nevertheless a 6-0 and not be too adventurous. Rajcevic finds a way through. Off the crossbar, Hamrouni picks up the loose ball. Kouildi. Cheba looks to the line. It goes in, and there'll be a 2-minute suspension as well, I suspect. Pulling back, no. And Dadzic, not too impressed. And the goal scored by Rezgi. The first of the game for the 19-year-old, playing in a first major competition. I thought for a second there was a lot of pulling from the back. The referees might at least reach for a pocket. So Montenegro have Biljana Pavicevic now in the left wing, in place of Mamidovic. In fact, she's gone on the right wing, I beg your pardon, in place of Radicevic. Well, good start by Tunisia. Hamrouni's 3rd goal on the break. Straight through, and leaves no chance for Hasanic, who started in goal in the second half for Montenegro in place of Barjaktarovic. So 2 goals without reply early on here. They are at least back to full strength again, Montenegro. Will be happy about that. That is a 2-minute suspension for holding. And Kouildi is off. There's the incident again. She comes in from the side and holds on to Mamidovic. So tables are turned. It is now a power play for Montenegro. Kouildi. It's Rezgi, in fact, who's been sent off. Jukovic briefly had Mamidovic free on the line, but didn't pass the ball. To the wing. Nice lob. Radicevic gets goal number 7. Drops her wrist back a little bit, pushes it over the top of the keeper. So the main change for Montenegro at the start of the second half is that Biljana Pavicevic, 41 internationals, 61 goals, has started off on the left wing. Say not Barjaktarovic, Hasanic plays for Larvik in Norway. In fact, the goalkeeper played for the Norwegian junior national team, but decided to pin her colours to the Montenegrin mast in the end, with a dual nationality. At the other end, though, Likovac gets Montenegro going in the second half with her first goal. And in fact, her first goal of the tournament, since she's primarily a defender. Hamrouni comes around. They're putting 2 in on the line. They're short-handed, remember, Tunisia. The wingers coming around, drop back out again. Crowding the middle, but that's allowing the defence to crowd the centre as well. Cheba can't see the goal. Looks again. A little bit more space, but still too deep the defence. Trying to isolate the winger on the far side. Cheba wing to wing, Hamrouni tempted. Well, the goalkeeper, Hasanic, moved off the line. There was space, but it was poorly framed. Sails over the top. So they are back to full strength again now. Tunisia, Zrezgi runs back into the defensive wall. Jokovic. All the way through. Goal number 4.
Goal number 4 from Montenegro's number 9, Jokovic.
22-14, the scoreline here in Herning now. Oh, it's a 2-minute suspension. Jokovic. Off goes the 18-year-old. Wow. Nothing there, but of course what we haven't seen is what was leading up to it. The referee's always on the lookout for excessive holding on the line player. And it may all have been happening before to stop her getting into position. 4 2-minute suspensions for Montenegro, just the one for Tunisia. Into the line, saved, Hasanic! Came out quick, the 26-year-old. Only played 4 times for Montenegro before the competition. That'll have done her chances of staying on in the squad. Power of good. So 5 minutes played. And after a quick couple of goals by Tunisia, Montenegro have responded with 3 quick goals to restore control on this match. 8 goals up now. Rajcevic. She'd done better to get on the outside of her and leave her because she'd have been stranded in the wing. No way through from Mamidovic under a lot of pressure from Rezgi. Back come Tunisia. Cheba. Bit of space. Decides not to shoot. There's space there, and again it's poorly framed. Dardur, who's shooting at this championship, has really let her down. This match she scored 1 from 3. And a poor pass under pressure. Radicevic making Klikovac work a little harder than she wanted to. Off the post, goes out to the side. It'll be a throw into Tunisia as Rajcevic lets rip under pressure. Rajcevic, who's scored 300 goals for Montenegro in 108 appearances. Back to full strength again. Jokovic slots into the centre of the defence alongside Klikovac. Spells trouble for Rezgi, the line player. The wing, bit of a space there. That's more like it. Kouildi, 5th goal for her, coming in from the wing. 22-15, the scoreline. Plenty of patience here as Bulatovic is able to get a nice long break on the bench. Be a free throw. Rajcevic fouled as she tries to drive in, blocked by Dardur. Jokovic, Rajcevic goes wide. No way through this time for Radicevic. And again, she is finding her range. Kouildi starting the second half as she started the first, 81 kilometers an hour. Only 2 goals in the tournament opening 3 games. She's now scored 6 here today. Free throw. Teams have a day off tomorrow. And back on Thursday when Montenegro have the big one. They're up against the host Denmark, while Tunisia will be up against Serbia. Team who've got a few team problems of their own, with missing players for various reasons. No way through there for Quildi, but the ball comes back out again off a defender. Still Tunisia in possession. Into the wing, there's absolutely no space there though for Hamrouni. And it's Jouini who's come in, the 19-year-old. 17 internationals, 16 goals for the number 17. Very closed angle. Oh. And even from that angle, she's not only managed to give away the penalty, but Pavicevic has also got herself sent off. Wow. I thought she was absolutely still and not in movement at the point of contact, and she's still pleading her innocence to her teammates. So, Chiba. She scores. Third penalty of the game, 5th goal overall. Top corner, nicely done. Beats Hasanic. So with Pavicevic off, Memirovic has come back in again. She's swapped for the time being with Rajcevic going into the wing. She's playing at left back. They'll switch now. The space there, Klikovac, straight through. No, not got a bad shot for a defence specialist, has she? 10 minutes played in the second half, 23-17. Hamrouni, this time she does find the inside post. Trouble framing them. 4th goal for her, a lot of space there. Clever pass into her by Chiba. So it's proving to be a good spell for the Tunisians, a 4-1 exchange. Oh, that's going to be a free throw. After a long pause, that push there by 25, Dardur sees her sent off for a 2-minute suspension. 19-year-old who plays for Club Africain. There's the push in mid-air. Mercifully, Rajcevic seems none the worse for it. So both teams short-handed. In 30 seconds or so, Montenegro will be back to full strength. That's 5th 2-minute suspension earlier, but that's only the 2nd Dardur going off there for Tunisia in this game. So Jukovic now at left back. Klikovac brings the ball back out again. And good save. Abdallah picked up by the Tunisians. Looking for the line. That was good cover. Hamrouni. It's going to be a free throw. Klikovac, as ever, efficient. And they're back to full strength again now. Montenegro. And Biljana Pavicevic has just come back on again. There's another Pavicevic, Ivona in the team, and although they play in the same position. And indeed, for the same club, they're not related. Good save, Hasanic. Ball's loose, play on, say the referees. Hasanic gets it out. Rajcevic. The wind's going to be ripe for this one. Drops her wrist back, and Radicevic scores goal number 8. Nicely seen by Rajcevic, cuts out the back player, goes straight to the win. Still 35 seconds before Tunisia are back to full strength. They trail by 6 here, 12 minutes into the second half. Hamrouni comes in as a second line player. They don't both want to be there. Now they're short-handed. And Klikovac bowls over Jouini, although I think she was happy to go down and let the clock run a little bit further for them. Jouini's playing over on the left-hand side. So Chiba finds a little gap through there, just enough daylight to beat Hasanic. She was too far over. So they are back to full strength as well, Tunisia. 2 on the line. Djokovic. Knocked down by Quildi. Gets a free throw. Sails through, no one pushes up, and Rajcevic able to go almost to 7 meters to take the shot. 2 players standing back on the line player instead. Long build up by Tunisia, looks for the line, they got it there, Jelizi, penalty. Fouled by Ramusovic. Little Russian screen, put the block, went back in again. Bundled over, she went to shoot. So Chiba steps up, and Montenegro have put in Marina Rajic in goal. Eventually, Rajic tempted to lift the right leg, and as she does so, Chiba shoots down next to the standing leg. So, 4th penalty scored for her, 7 goals in total. Goalkeepers have been quickly changed back again as Hasanic returns in goal for Montenegro. So, Montenegrins on the attack again, second line player going in. It's Radicevic. Flattens the defence long enough for Rajcevic to get a 4th goal. Rajcevic has raced off, being replaced now by Jelena Despotovic, who's only played 14.5 minutes in the tournament so far. Getting her first taste of action here against Tunisia. Midway through the second half, 26-20 to Montenegro. Free throw to Tunisia. Foul on Jouini. Jouini. Chiba trying to go for the top left corner, but missed it by a fair way. Takes a while for the loose ball to be recovered by Hasanic and Sana. This is team for now, or there or thereabouts. But Djokovic, goal number 5 for the 18-year-old. Get the hand off nice and simple, 78 kilometers an hour. Just a blur to Abdallah. 27-20 Montenegro. Just under 14 minutes remaining, and mistake by Rezgi, who steps in on the line. The throw's taken quickly, and that's a penalty. Radicevic away like a rocket and fouled as she tried to shoot. Chiba wrapped around her arm. Easy decision for the referee. She knew she just had to continue. She'd get the penalty. It'll be taken by Djokovic. Scored 1 from 2 so far in the tournament. Make that 2 from 3. Her 6th goal. 13 minutes remaining. She's happy about that. A team timeout called by Sana for Tunisia. Frowning face of Chiba. Mind you, she always looks a bit serious.
Il va attaquer constamment direct en deux pivots. Manel تهبط من هنا. يجلس ديريكتومون ما بين الأ والدو مغاد. ناس حل علال. وكي تكروزي لك منى تجي تجري سور دي جروند كورس. يطيرون فارس على شيمة كيف لازم تدخل وتنجم تخدم مع منال اللي يطير تاتاتات.
Znači samo cimam, a jedinic, da, a Joka i Bilja će da cimaju te pasove široke. I Čera će ih na vas. Na vas i Čera. A tek 2 pivota nema vraćanja nikad.
So it looks like Tunisia may be about to switch to a 4-2 attack, which they've done fairly regularly throughout the tournament. And actually, if Jouini is firing on all cylinders, and when she gets moved from left to right back, could be a good play. So they start initially with Kuki in the centre, but Gilesi, the other line player, comes in from the wing, and they rearrange. Well, immediately pays dividends as Kouildi comes in. Flattens the defence, gives a little bit more space at the back. 7 goals, she's now matching Chiba. None of them from the penalty line. Jukovic. Oh. It's not just so much the power in her shots, it's the fact that she frames them so perfectly. Right up in the corner. Jouini saved by Hasanic. Long ball out. Biljana Pavicevic. Goal for the 27-year-old, another one of the Budućnost contingent.
Montenegro leading by 9 goals, 13 to Tunisia's 21. First goal of the match from number 3, Biljana Pavicevic.
7 fast break goals now for Montenegro. Tunisia have rustled up a couple though. Play on, say the referees. Radicevic didn't press the point, but it allowed Gilesi to get away. Scores her 2nd. Newcomer to the Tunisian team. (30-22) to Montenegro. Despotovic able to get a bit of time in attack as Hadžić turns the bench. And Jukovic is well and truly up and running. Goal number 8 for the 18-year-old. Playing so well, and yet at club level at Budućnost, she struggles to get a starting place at left back because, of course, she's up against the legend that is Neagu. A Romanian monopolising that position. But playing like this, well, she'll be getting her chances soon enough. Klikovac moves out to try and cut the pass. 4-2 attack. For now, Gilesi playing wide, moves into the middle now. Jukovic has got her covered. Jouini. Shot down the middle. It's blocked. But the loose ball picked up by Gilesi. Jouini. Again, a foul by Jukovic as she takes Gilesi down, but another free throw. We've got 10 minutes remaining in the game. Chiba goes for one of customary low shots, which has resulted in a bandage on her right thumb from an earlier low shot, which saw her hit a hand on the shoulder of the defender. Goes wide. Radicevic is there or thereabouts all the way through. 8 goals from 12 attempts in the game. And she's coming off. No reflection on that last shot. I'm sure that was a decision taken beforehand. player who's gone in for her on the right wing is Ivona Pavicevic. He's actually a left winger. They don't have any other right wingers other than Radicevic, and so Ivona Pavicevic been given a bit of time. Hasn't played at all in the tournament, so it'll be welcome relief to get off the bench for her. And the referee gives a 2-minute suspension for Despotovic, 25-year-old who plays in Hungary for Debrecen.
2-minute suspension for Montenegro's number 18, Irina Despotovic.
Too much holding on the line. She's trying to take Jalizi's shirt off by the looks of it. Giuini, a little bit more space now for this 4-2 attack. It will certainly help if their passing can just be accurate. Need the basics, and there'll be no rush to get the ball back in play for Hasanic. So Biljana Pavicevic goes into the left back for the moment, at least, while Jukovic swaps with her, waits wide. She's coming around now. Klikovac. Oh, she's enjoying her time in attack. Goal number 3. Bit of treatment going on there for Mimirovic, it seems, at the end of the bench. Klikovac, 3 from 3. Excellent record. Off the post and stays out. Kuki, the line player, who'd gone a long way wide to try and find a bit of space, to no avail. Not really managing to open up the Montenegrin defence with the 4-2 formation. Jukovic, number 9, she edges towards double digits. Change the goalkeeper looms as we see the goal again here. Absolute hammer shot. So Abdallah goes off and Nizrin Hamza goes in for Tunisia. But at the other end, well, Jalizi pulls one back. There it is, actually a nicely worked goal with Cheba passing the ball in. Still though a 10-goal lead for Montenegro. Just under 6.5 minutes remaining. And more of the bench being turned now by Montenegro, as I said they would. Itana Gribic comes in. She's only had 10 minutes of play. She's a playmaker, but she's been slotted in at right back. The number 96 plays for Vardar Skopje, together with Klikovac and Radicevic. And applause for the first save by Rajic. I beg your pardon, by Hamza. Even on the Montenegrin bench, I think they were probably more applauding their players' efforts in getting a goal. Despotovic on the line. Ramusovic, even before she got the ball. So still this 4-2 attack. Kuki and Jalizi on the line. Cheba. Too much barging going on for the referee's liking by Jalizi on the line, and possession handed over to Montenegro. And a team timeout for Dragan Adzic. With about 5 minutes remaining, and we'll let you listen into the team timeout.
Odlična lopta, super. Ne znam ni sad jesi li gazilo lopta. Ajde, sjedite se. Ove koje su malo duže igrale, zbog njih smo morali uzeti time out. Ema nam se umorila i Gina. Sjedite. Sada provježbamo nešto, nema veze što je Grba na desnog beka, ona se...
D'accord, يلا شدوا رواحنا شوي شدوا رواحنا au niveau de l'attaque, pas de mauvais blocage les pivots, pas de mauvais blocage. يلا.
Well, the only instruction from Sanad, at least that we heard, was about then cause attacking fouls when you're blocking on the line for the players coming in. That's clearly aimed at Jalisi in particular, who just got pulled up, and Kuki. But it's probably pointing out the obvious to the team in reality. On the other end, Adzic, absolutely placid as anything. It's all going to plan. They'll get a day's rest, and then it's the match that could well decide who will be leader in this group. The winner of this group will play the fourth place team from Group B, who are playing in Nesved. Well, it's not an easy group. The Netherlands, Sweden, Poland, Angola, China, Cuba. Well, frankly, only the winner of this group will have a relatively straightforward run. Even the runner-up will get a difficult draw with Netherlands, Sweden or Poland most likely to be in there or thereabouts, as Chiba pulls one back here. The bounce beats Hasanic. Eighth goal for Chiba, 33-24, still the lead for Montenegro. So to come back to my earlier point, I think winning this group is fairly critical. Oh, great save! Hamza, 22-year-old who plays for Madia. And it's rewarded at the other end as Jalisi scores. It all started off the save by Hamza. Chiba, nonchalant pass into the line. It was very nicely done. Jukovic looks to the line. Goal by Ivona Pavicevic, playing her first major competition for Montenegro. She only had 5 internationals to her name, and it's her first international goal for her country. She scores it in the World Championships. That won't count. Inside the area by Jalisi. Nice power by Despotovic, but Hamza equal to it as she deflects the ball out. Hard shot straight down by Kuildi, but she had Chiba teeing herself up. The space straight down the middle. And now Biljana Pavicevic gets her second. The players are getting the extra court time. They're benefiting. It was a nice pass down court by Jukovic.
Once again,
And she gets a quick thank you from Pavicevic as she comes back again. 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. It's all done by the shouting here in Herning. As expected, Montenegro taking the win. Chiba, Kuildi comes around. 4-2 attack hasn't really yielded the benefits they hoped. Maybe they brought it in a little too late. Free throw for Tunisia. Foul by Ramusovic. Stolen one-handed, Jukovic. And another goal for Ivona Pavicevic. She played 5 matches for her country before coming to the World Championship without scoring. She's just scored 2 goals. That's a nice feeling. Tired-looking Tunisians, I think, looking forward to the final whistle here and a day off tomorrow to recover. Kuildi fumbles the ball. The tiredness brings on the technical mistakes. Shot goes wide. Tired-looking shot as well by Dardur. And the break is on. A funny action by Pavicevic. She leans right back to arm the shot, and she's scored 3 quick goals. She's only been on court for 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
Montenegro 7, Tunisia 25. 1 minute left.
Gone into the side netting. It's a free throw, and we're well inside the last minute now. Penalty's been given. Chiba, as the clock continues to run down, and Rajacic is going to come on for Montenegro as Hasanic swaps over. 22-year-old Budućnost keeper in the third World Championship. So that's it for Hasanic. Lobs the keeper. Coolly done by Muna Cheba for her 9th goal. And 10 seconds left. One last shot maybe. Too many steps, says the referee. 3 seconds. It's got to be a quick one. And no time for Hamrouni. There goes the final buzzer. And Montenegro continue on their way. They've won this match off the back of their huge win against Hungary yesterday. And I think the Tunisians might even take comfort from the fact that they did better than the Hungarians did. Cheba, 9 goals. Not enough though for her team. He never quite had the pace to break down the Montenegrin defence. Played hard and were able to turn the bench as they planned to at the end. Bringing on both the Pavicevic wingers. One though over on the far side. For Tunisia, I'm afraid that's it now. They will be exiting the competition after the main round. They have one more match to play though against Serbia in 2 days' time. As do Montenegro, of course. That'll be very much front of mind because it's Denmark. Player of the match award now will be made. Rather downbeat Tunisians line up in the centre. Montenegrins are still cheering. Monika Hagen of the IHF going to present it. Jovanka Radicevic, the winger. 8 goals from 12 attempts, a 67% success rate. Played hard throughout the game. Uncaught for 50.5 minutes. Gave it her all. Adzic happy as well. Goes on to congratulate his team. High fives all round. So order was followed here. An 11-goal win for Montenegro. The players know each other quite well. That was Kuildi and Hasanic, who both play in the Norwegian First Division. A little hug on the way past, which was quite a nice touch. So this is the story of the game then. Montenegro, 58% of their attacks succeeding, 65% of their shooting. Tunisia, well, only half their shots going in. More to the point though, 20 turnovers compared to Montenegro's 11, and it led to 13 fast breaks for the Montenegrins, of which 10 were scored. And the top scorers, well, Cheba with 9 for Tunisia and Jokovic with 9 for Montenegro, the best for each team. Radicevic, 8th player of the match though, for her work in defence as well. And then Kuildi, of course, for Tunisia got 7. Playing her best game in the competition so far. Well, the progress of the game, as you can see, fairly steady for Montenegro. Maybe a slight blip early on in the second half, but after that it picked up. But for Tunisia, just as in the first half, drying up a little bit at the end, but by then Montenegro were cruising and turning the bench anyway. So the win by Montenegro sees them leapfrog Denmark, go back to the top of the table on 7 points. Denmark, of course, though, are next up against Hungary, who are in 3rd place on 4 points. Then it's Japan, Serbia and Tunisia, who stay rooted to the bottom on 0 points. Well, that's it for now, but we'll be back very shortly. Hope you can join us then. Now from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.